You found it. It's the real news with your host, David Knight.
Now we have yet another big financial hack. The SEC says that cyber criminals have hacked its files and that they may have secret data for trading. Oh, you think they may have secret data? Or do you think that they absolutely positively do have secret data? We have a story from Zero Hedge that kind of lays this out. And it was 2 years ago that this hack began. And they said in May of 2015, shares of Avon products, ding dong, Avon calling, this was their wake-up call, and they didn't catch it. Okay, all of a sudden, Avon suddenly jumped 20%, and investors are stunned. I mean, this is an old company that's around here. This isn't some kind of Silicon Valley company. This has been around for a long time. Why would their shares jump overnight 20%? They said they found out that there was a recent filing that had been uploaded to Edgar. This is the SEC's public filings database, and this is what was hacked that they have just admitted yesterday, that the Edgar database was hacked. So there was a filing about Avon that was uploaded purportedly from a London-based, quote-unquote, PTG capital. Turns out that there isn't any PTG capital in London. They found that out later. But they put this up and said that a private equity firm was bidding to take Avon private. And so what they did was they hacked into the system, and they uploaded a fake file saying that a private equity firm that didn't exist in London was going to buy Avon and take it private. And so some people noticed that. I guess that would be kind of interesting to see that. Investors noticed that. And then as they started looking at this filing, they started to see some suspicious errors. They said they had a lot of spelling mistakes. The firm's own name, a 3-letter acronym, was repeatedly misspelled. And so they got the idea that it was fake. After they figured out that it was fake, then the SEC started looking at this. They said they traced it back to a Bulgarian hacker. They said the agency claimed he earned a meager profit of only $5,000 for doing this, but somebody got a lot of money because you can pump up a stock like that and then sell it before anybody finds out what happened. So somebody made a lot of money by that 20% increase. And so that was done by a hack into Edgar's test filing system. Now, they said that they fixed that vulnerability, but now it looks like in August, the agency learned that the vulnerability had been exploited by criminals who used it to make countless illegal trades. And they generated an unknown amount of insider trading profits. So it isn't, as NPR pointed out, they may have been used to create massive secret data for insider trading. No, it was something that actually happened. Of course, you know that's going to happen if they break in, and it takes a long time for the SEC to discover it, just as it took a long time for Equifax to discover it and to make it known. You know, they found out about that hack. They told the SEC it was July 29th, and we didn't find out about it in public for another month. And in the meantime, you had people in Equifax that were executives that were making nearly $1 million worth of trades each, selling off their stuff before the news went public. And they said in their defense, well, these guys didn't know anything about the hack. Interestingly enough, one of the 3 executives was the guy who ran the IT department. So they just admitted massive incompetence there as well, if not criminal action. But then we found out just last day or so that there was a previous hack going back into March. So it was 4 or 5 months earlier, there was another hack of Equifax. So this is the issue. We got 143 million people that have had their identities stolen in the worst possible way. As John McAfee was pointing out when we talked to him, they have more data on you, these credit agencies like Equifax, and it also includes people in Canada and the UK. It's not just Americans that have been hacked with this information. They have more information on you than the government typically keeps, and they have it all together in one nice little package there, your social security number, your name, your address, your phone number, everything, even your credit rating, so that they know which of you to steal from first. And then this news came out yesterday evening from The Verge. For weeks, Equifax customer service has been directing victims to a fake phishing site. So it's not only have they been hacked multiple times, not only have they lost the identity of 143 million people, but their customer service has been hacked and is sending people to a phishing site. And then they have the audacity to start charging people for identity protection. This is going to get very nasty. There's going to be a lot of individual lawsuits. We've already had some state attorney generals say that they're going to come after Equifax. There may now be only 2 credit agencies. Let's hope that the other 2 are more competent. Meanwhile, a British supermarket is going to offer a finger vein payment. This is the first time this has happened. It's a UK supermarket called Cost Cutter, and they're going to have you put your finger on something. It is going to read the special pattern of veins in there, and that's going to be so secure, isn't it? You have to understand, as we continue to see this biometric stuff pushed on us by Apple, by this British supermarket, and by others, once the computer looks at that and identifies you, your biometric information is simply a file. It's simply a file. There's nothing unique about you anymore. Your face, your fingerprint, your vein pattern in your fingers has been reduced to a set of ones and zeros stored into a file somewhere. Now that can be stolen, just like the Equifax information. So it isn't any more secure if you don't have any cybersecurity of your database. It's just another way of having that there so that you don't carry a card around that can be stolen, but they can still steal your identity in a very, very important way. And so I would suggest that if any supermarket wants my business, they will not require that I give them biometric information in order to pay them. If they require that, I will give them the finger, but it won't be the one that they're looking for. Stay with us. When we come back, we're going to take a look at President Trump's strange endorsement. He is backing a loser, a big loser, a person who is opposed to the Trump agenda, but is also way down in the polls. We'll be right back. Why is he doing it?
U.S. President Donald Trump on Tuesday giving North Korea his most aggressive warning to date.
President Trump is not a racist.
I say red baseball caps mean you're an ass.
Tonight, the fight over Confederate statues is now a flashpoint.
Large groups of people punching, kicking, and hitting each other with sticks.
If you see this and you understand what is going on and it makes you angry, do not take yourself out of the game.
In ancient times, man roamed the earth in a constant state of hunting or being hunted. Introducing Caveman, where cutting-edge science meets ancient super nutrients. Secure your bottle right now at InfoWarsStore.com.